Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Ms. D Show. My name is Adara Stephanie Wodo and I'm still your host. Today on the Ms. D Show, we are going to be talking about something very, very interesting. It's been a topic around the world, and I'm going to be having a guest very soon on set who would help me digest and dissect this topic. So what am I talking about? We're going to be talking about, is it a great idea to still be friends with your ex? Should you still be in talks with someone who is an ex, who you've been in a romantic relationship and it's gone sour? I'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the Ms. D Show. Like I told you before the break that I was going to have a special guest on the show to talk about the topic, should you be friends with your ex? So on my show today is Somadina.
Yeah. What's going on?
Tell them who you are for those who don't know you.
It's your boy, to the O to the M to the A, Soma. You know me. I am a reality star and actor. Bro, see, I'm just entertainment, basically. You feel me?
Ex-Big Brother housemate.
Need I
say?
Let's not talk
But
about that.
that's what they all do. Everyone who's been to Big Brother will always say, ex-Big Brother housemate season this. Me, I'm future Big Brother housemate season 7. FYI. Okay, guys. So today we were talking about whether you should be friends with your ex. And that's the question. Is it a good idea to remain friends with an ex? And an ex, obviously someone you've been in a romantic relationship with that probably went sour or just ended, for reasons both of you couldn't control.
Well, personally, I would say that I don't think it's a bad idea, and I don't think it's necessary. That's what I'll say. I don't think it's a necessity. I don't think your ex must be your friend.
I mean, you don't have to, but can people be friends with their exes? Is it advisable? Is the question. Like, what are the disadvantages of being friends with an ex?
I'll explain something to you. It's easier to be friends with someone with an ex that you didn't have, you guys were not so close, or the circumstance around you breaking up wasn't like very.
When you say you guys were not so close, someone's an ex, then
obviously, feelings for people differ. Obviously, you get me. There's some people that have more feelings for you. They tell this person, "Oh, I've dated 3 guys, but I like this person more than I like this person." Okay. You get me? So I feel like it depends on how much emotions are involved. Basically, there's some exes that everything has just died. You guys didn't quarrel much, but like it's just flat.
So maybe could it be like exes that have been way before exes, so like 3 exes ago? When you say die, like long time, because the thing is, okay, so I know that people say it depends on what led to the breakup. Yeah. So there are breakups that have been really toxic. Either an ex who cheated, that's very emotional for certain people. Yeah. Sometimes people become exes because one of the parties probably moved to a different country and the other one wasn't ready to move.
That's
distance is the reason, not necessarily like anyone was hurt.
That's a good reason to still remain friends, because it was amicable.
So now this is where the problem comes in. Whether it was amicable or it was toxic, when you are no longer in a romantic relationship with a partner and you probably have moved on and you meet someone else who wants to be romantically involved with you and you're still in a friendship with an ex who you were romantically involved in, does that not have repercussions in your new relationship?
Well, it does actually, because obviously whoever you're going to be with or whoever you are with now probably might not be as comfortable having you staying friends with your ex, because
You know what? Explain.
You know Okafor's law now.
I was going to get to that. I mean, for people who don't know what the Okafor's law is, so the Okafor's law states that once you've been intimate with a person, you would always be able to be intimate with the person again in future. People say that that's not always true. People say it's a myth,
but there's a higher
chance that once you've been sexual with someone, you most likely, if you're in a convenient and conducive environment, there's a high chance that it could still trigger. Exactly. I'm not 100% believer in that, I would say. However, I do believe that yes, it could happen. The emotions that happen.
Okay, hold up. Like from experience, have you
have I what exactly?
Okaforized? How you been categorized?
I don't know what you're saying or what you're talking about, but I would say this, and I agree to an extent that if you've had emotional feelings for someone romantically, there's a high chance that it doesn't always die a natural death. I mean, they say once you love, it just, it's like once you go black, you don't go back. Unless it's really toxic. And even in cases of it really being toxic, you find people still going back to their exes.
True.
I mean, why, how do you explain women in battered and violent relationships and marriages?
He loves me, that's why
exactly. Makeup sex is great. People are emotionally abused, which is sad. It's worse than physical abuse. And sometimes when you've invested so much emotions in someone, it's just like building a house. So you feel like I've put so much into this. I can't just
leave it like that.
Do you understand? And you find yourself feeding a toxic situation. And then that's the problem with, like you said, that people say staying with an ex is, or in code, they say, let's just be friends. So I watched this video one time on YouTube that he talks about relationship and he's a relationship expert. And he said that, most times when an ex breaks or when there's an ex in a situation and he says, it's not you, it's me, the line. I think we should just stay friends. That is usually the one who wants out that suggests to be friends, because the other one always wonders, why not me? Why are you ending it? And it's like, obviously they want out, so they have nothing to do. It's like eating your cake and having it. Well, we can still be friends. And obviously she throws me a bit one thing, I'll take it, and I'll still have life, and she can watch me fall in love with someone else. That's not smart, because it's just like, it's like a lure, they're luring you into staying in something that you...
Yeah, and I feel like the more you communicate with that person, the harder it is for you to connect to someone else.
On that level.
Yeah.
And there's also this saying, I don't know how true this is, but they say for men, that men hardly live what they love. And the example this person gave was sports, and how, well, you're an Arsenal fan, you should know this. No matter how many times Arsenal loses, they stay there. So the point was that, for men, they don't leave what they love. Yeah. That's the saying. I don't know.
Women can leave what they love.
I mean, not necessarily, but it's like men work hard to hold on to something that they think is good. How they say you can't get a good woman or whatever. And then the point is that if a man is the one who says he wants out, he must have felt that this isn't it for him. And for him to have chosen to leave and then wants to hang around and still be friends. I wasn't good enough to be there for life. I wasn't good enough to be wifey, but you want me to be good enough to be friends.
But it's not everybody that's your friend that's good enough to be...
Well, you shouldn't have dated me and got to the point where you realize that I'm not good enough.
But that's what dating is for. It's for you to find out if you're wrong or you can stay with this person.
Then maybe we should just not be friends anymore. Like, it didn't work, let's, every relationship should start with
that's what I'm saying, yeah? Like, this, obviously, this ex that is telling you this is trying to be friends with you. He hurt you.
It's not happening to me, though.
It's not happening to you. Okay, because, I feel like, why wouldn't you be friends if you're not hurt?
In all fairness, I'm friends with most of my exes, and everybody thinks I'm crazy, which is why we're having this conversation.
I'm friends with most of my exes.
Exactly, and I just feel like no one has killed my father, my mother, or my sibling. You haven't mothered me yet. None of them was physically abusive to me. So, I mean, how bad was it that, I would never want to speak to you? I probably have just one ex in my life that I probably would want to have that hate relationship with.
And she would want to have, she doesn't actually even have it.
By the special grace of God, I'll get there. But the point is, it's toxic. It's toxic, really. I mean, from experience, you realize it. We always lie to ourselves that it's just we're just going to be friends. We're human beings. It didn't work. No one killed each other.
Until honestly,
honestly, it is not safe. It's not that it's not safe. It's just not healthy. Yeah. And I think the only time you can try and indulge that is when you're convinced in yourself that you're over it. When you're convinced that you've healed from whatever it is, that your emotions have moved. So like your couples, like I said, some people have that willpower to never go back to that. Yeah. And until you're sure that you have that, I don't think it's a safe space to be friends with the person.
That's very
some people say, when you've gotten married or you've moved on into another relationship, you can actually consider that's even more dangerous, like people say, because back to your couples, or if there's still an iota of feelings for that person, it's gonna hurt your new partner even more if you have that.
No, be there. Anyway,
now you see the problem. It's not my show, guys. But seriously, let's hear your thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment section.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what you think.
Personally, I don't think it's a problem.
Personally, I think if it wasn't really a toxic breakup and it was amicable, maybe you guys just realized that you have different ambitions and values going forward, or you're moving cities and distance is going to be a barrier. I think you can still be friends. But when it's toxic, when someone cheated on you, someone did something very bad, you don't want to feed into that. Toxicity
True.
is the issue we have here.
Yeah.
But if it's just, it was a good decision between the two of you, I think you can still be friends.
Exactly.
However, I'll just advise to stay away from private
And if
spaces.
it was good, you see, you have to keep, you have to remain friends. If it was good, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, what do you mean
you
by
know
if
what
it was
you know
good?
what I mean by if it was.
Well, I'm not trying to be violent.
Okay,
What do you
cool,
mean by if it was good?
cool. So if it was good, like and that's are you going to like?
It was not good. Forget him. Ignore him, please, for 5 seconds. We're trying to be serious.
Mm-hmm.
All we're saying is good or bad, whatever good he's referring to.
It was good.
The point is try to stay away from private spaces with an ex that you probably still have emotions with. Don't be in enclosed environments.
That's if you want to stay away, because sometimes you don't want to stay away. You're like, oh, shit,
sometimes you don't want to stay away from something, but you should stay away from something. Some people like drinking, vices, alcohol, women, drugs, weed, you name it. All right, guys. So thank you. I hope you've enjoyed this segment of the Ms. D Show with this amazing fellow.
Sorry, hold on. Did you say sex meant? Because I heard that.
This is what I deal with. This episode of the show. If you have, please leave a comment below, like, share, and subscribe to my channel, guys. Help our business.
Yes, sir.
And to follow Soma on all his social media handles, I'll let him give them out. So how can we find you?
So you can find me on all social media platforms at Soma_Apex. That is SOMA_APEX. All right. My bank account number is.
And on that note, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys again in our next episode. Bye. Say bye to my people.
The bank account number is.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
The Misty Show, your number one companion.
I'll move my butt out so I drip on the floor. I drip glory, by the way.
You drip glory.
Nobody's ex.
You're nobody's ex. But you have sex.
See what you did right there.
She sends texts
To the ex.
when she wants to have sex.
Because she drips glory.
Why did she have to
Follow the glory.
We are rhyming
Follow
now.
the glory. Follow the glory.
Okay, me, I don't want to hear this story, Sha.
For this Mori. But I saw now, okay, this glory.
Yeah?
It choke.
It choke. So you like when they choke you, I mean?
No. If you get hope, you know when they choke.
Hope and choke no rhyme. Now poke and choke rhyme.
Don't leave me.
Now poke and choke rhyme.
Okay, why you come they poke me
And
now?
pope and hope rhyme.
Why you come they poke me?
Because I want choke you.
For this hope house?
The fuck is this? The fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
Don't leave me alone.
What's it? In this hope house? What the fuck is that?
No, they choke for you now.
When they choke, when they poke for you.
But who they
Choke.
Who they
Poke.
Now who they
Who they breathe.
That's it. Yeah.